Yeah, we're in for a journey, aren't we? Hello chats, welcome! Today I'm going to be diving into something that might just shave some years off of my life, with the ultimate end goal of, so that's me. It all started when I stumbled across a video by my favourite Mario speedrunner titled I Went Bankrupt. At first I thought this was just episode 7 of his depressing video titles where he talks about how his life was falling apart, but as it turns out this was actually just a weird yet genius display of advertisement for a game called Unrooted.
I've lost about $290,000 creating Unrooted. I'm obviously very upset.
As this was the only form of advertisement the game ever received, I had never heard of Unrooted before, like many others. And just like Unrooted, I missed out on the popularity wave of the other rage games such as Pogostuck and Jump King, and because of this, I wanted to give it a go myself. I have since become Unrooted's most popular streamer, and as the only person carrying the category on Twitch over the past 2 weeks, I thought it'd be cool to share my story and experience playing through the psychological torture method disguised as a game. Now for the many people who might not even know what Unrooted is, here's a quick explanation. A to go left, D to go right, space to jump, left click to dash, and now just go up. The controls may be simple, but if you mess up at the wrong place and at the wrong time, you lose hours of progress. On day 1 I managed to carve through the first section, but it quickly became apparent to both me and my chat that I would be returning to this place quite often. You fucking... It's fine, honestly. That didn't even upset me, that one. That one actually made me happy. You know, this rock kind of looks like a pair of balls and a Eventually, after the end of my first stream, which took about 4 hours, I made some absolutely amazing, wonderful progress where I reached the second level. And what's even more amazing is about 10 seconds into my stream of day 2, I pulled off this spectacular move. Many devs were hurt making this game, and many more players will be hurt playing it. I need to warm up. Just think the idea with this... Oh shit. Determined to not let this get the better of me, however, I soon climbed back to where I was, and I ended up making considerable progress throughout the second level, and I actually ended up at this point enjoying the game quite a lot. No! I unknowingly closed in towards the end of the level, and instead of letting me just get on with the game, Twitch chat spotted something out the corner of their eye. There is a sword? Where? Oh yeah, there. I'm not getting that sword. I'm not getting the sword, guys. Do you know how hard this video game is? In this game, spread throughout the map are various collectibles which you can use to equip items onto your character for a cosmetic effect and a slight mental buff. Twitch chat spotted the sword on the other side of the wall, which from my current position was actually unreachable. Despite this, the overwhelming charismatic ability of my Twitch chat led me to believe that this currently unobtainable object was somehow obtainable. I have to go to the... Oh, what's that? I think you were just on? What do you mean? I'm confused. Here? Guys, is it really worth it? Is it really fucking worth it to get a fucking sword? When the next level was like right in front of us, you guys really want me to take the sword? This obviously didn't work out, and after the unfathomable... This obviously didn't work out, and after the unfathomable amount of pain I experienced trying to reach it, I came up with an ingenious excuse that would let me forget about the sword and pretend it never existed. Alright, so I'm gonna press go on this timer, okay? And I have to see a sub within this minute. If I don't see a sub within this minute, we are forgetting about the sword, okay? After finally dealing with the sword drama and making it a non-issue, I finally managed to push into new lands and new territories. Here we go, guys! Oh! The next level! Something that doesn't look red. A new NPC! I would then take my first steps into what would quickly become my most hated, despised, loathed level in any video game I've ever played. And it's not even because of the level's difficulty or even its length, it's just because this level would be the one that I would fall back to over and over and over again. Even one day I spent 7 hours straight falling straight back to this level, and I grew very quickly to hate it to my core. And while this level was probably one of the most miserable gaming experiences of my life, and I used to play League, it wasn't all bad.
To make our lives fit images of what life is or should be, which they could never possibly fit. So Zen practice is in getting rid of these images.
The worst part of this level were the last few jumps, which were relatively difficult if you weren't used to them. The problem I had with it was that if you were to fall within the last 5 platforms, you were getting sent straight to the beginning. After a ridiculous number of attempts and literally turning 1 year older, I finally managed to nail the last few jumps, and I made a breakthrough into what would quickly become my favourite level in the entire game. The premise of this level was that the jumps themselves were actually pretty easy, but you only had a limited time to do them before the light dissipates. You see, I managed to memorize each platform's location even without the use of the light, so it's safe to say that this level became a breeze for me to get through. Fucking did it. Holy shit. Smooth sailing till the end of the game, I thought to myself. What I didn't know was that at this point I just reached the hardest level and the hardest challenge in the entire game. The Crown. Previously, I thought the B level that we were stuck on before was the hardest one, as on average each level only took me about 4 hours to beat, and the B level one took me 7 hours and about 1 to 2 days. The Crown took me an entire week. I also made the lethal mistake of being way too overconfident. I thought this was just going to be another 4-hour level, and so when I started my stream, I embarked on a challenge. Guys, this is going to be the last ever stream of Unrooted. It's been a journey, I must say. I remember my first few jumps as a little sapling. Could barely get out of the first level. Right, I think we're all ready to go. Of course, this would turn out to be a complete failure and was a clear sign of how things were going to go for the rest of the game. I feel like if I try to play the game more, I'm just going to end up throwing myself off of a cliff. Yeah. Very sorry, guys. The level itself had actually pretty easy mechanics. The only reason I was stuck there was because of a single jump. I dubbed it the Flappy Bird jump. It's probably what I would consider to be the hardest jump in the game so far. Eventually, after an uncountable amount of attempts, I finally got it down and managed to push through. It was from there that everything fell apart. A series of jumps would be placed in front of me that were based on precision, accuracy, timing, and luck. Eventually though, I did make it through to the last level. The pressure I was feeling now whenever I made progress was real. I could smell it, feel it, hear it. The end of the game was upon me. After 60 plus hours of falling and repeating the same parts over and over, I had an opportunity to close the game out for good. So with this added boost of confidence, I decided to attempt yet another challenge. This stream was pure cinema. The raw emotion, the comedy, the music.
Why so serious?
It had it all, except from a happy ending. That's game over, isn't it? 7 minutes, that's game over. Who's ready for some push-ups? Fuck! By the way, I did this after doing like no exercising. This actually gave me DOMS for a couple of days afterwards. It was the most intense muscle pain I've ever experienced in my life. Not only was Unrooted torturing me mentally, it was also torturing me physically. I returned after a break a couple days later, and after being the closest I ever got to beating the game, I truly thought my next stream would be the last time I would ever play Unrooted. This was the lineup that got us there last time. It was right here. Only a few jumps away. Here we go. Here we go. Too far. Way too far. We threw. We'll do it tomorrow. We were 2 jumps away. 2 fucking jumps away. I'll see you guys Wednesday. It had now been exactly 7 days since I first entered the crown. I didn't think it was possible. My morale was waving and every single part of me wanted to give up, but I couldn't. Every fall reminded me of all the sacrifices I made to get to where I was. Every mistimed jump, every wild guess into the abyss, every misclick all led me this far. And after coming within 3 jumps of beating the game, coming into this next dream, I knew the end was near. Here we go, guys. We are right in front of the end of the game. We have 3 of these to do. We have 3 of these to do. And then it's over. Here we go. Here we go. You see that there? You see that there? This circle here is the end of the game. As I make my next jump now, let's reminisce on all the falls we've had, all the pain we've gone through. I want to thank you guys for sticking with me. Shout out to Twipical, Augustus, also known as Flaccid Tetris. You guys have been here almost every single minute, and this isn't just me completing the journey. This isn't just for me. This is for you guys as well. You guys have been here with me. You guys have suffered. And thank you for being along in the journey. Let this be a reminder to you guys. You can do anything you want to. Every time I go forward now in my life, I'm going to think back to this game and how I fell and I fell but kept on pushing. And here we are. We finally won. We have become unrooted. We did it! We beat the game. And with that, I had overcome all odds, and I had finally beat Unrooted.